Hello, everyone. Welcome to Celsius 233, your go-to place for fiction book summaries. Today, we will turn the pages of The £1,000,000 Banknote by Mark Twain. The £1,000,000 Banknote, written by Mark Twain and published in 1893, is a witty and satirical novella exploring the themes of wealth, human nature, and societal expectations. The story follows the unexpected adventures of a poor American man in London, who is given an absurdly large banknote by two eccentric British brothers as part of a bet. Through Twain's signature humor, the novella critiques the absurdities of social status, money, and the illusions of power that wealth can create. Plot summary. One bright morning in London, Henry Adams, an American mining clerk, found himself wandering the streets, hungry and penniless. Just days ago, he had been swept off course while sailing near San Francisco and rescued by a brig heading for England. Upon arrival, he had nothing but the clothes on his back and a single dollar, which was quickly spent. Now, with no prospects and his stomach growling, he contemplated his bleak future. As he trudged along Portland Place, his eyes caught sight of a pear, half-eaten, lying in the gutter. Desperation filled him as he debated whether to stoop and claim the dirty fruit, but pride and the judgmental eyes of passers-by stopped him. Just then, a voice called out from a nearby window, "Step in here, please." Startled, Henry turned to see two well-dressed, elderly gentlemen motioning him inside. With nothing to lose, he followed their beckoning. Inside, the brothers, Abel and Gordon, invited Henry to sit down. They offered no food, much to Henry's distress, but soon explained their unusual proposition. They handed him an envelope and instructed him to open it when he returned to his lodgings. Henry was perplexed, but the brothers would say no more and sent him on his way. Once out of sight, Henry tore open the envelope and was stunned to find a note for £1,000,000, a banknote so extraordinary it nearly made him faint. Bewildered by what seemed like a mistake, he clutched the note and dashed into the nearest cheap restaurant. There, he ordered a hearty meal, but when the time came to pay, the sight of the £1,000,000 note left the landlord speechless. Unable to provide change for such a sum, the landlord insisted Henry could pay another time and even offered more food should Henry need it. In a matter of hours, Henry went from destitute to an object of reverence, his tattered clothes and ragged appearance overlooked entirely. Wherever he went, the sheer power of possessing such a vast fortune, even though he could not spend it, transformed his fortunes. Tailors rushed to outfit him in the finest suits, restaurateurs offered endless meals, and soon Henry found himself living in a lavish private hotel. All he had to do was show the banknote, and the world opened its doors to him. Though his life had taken an extraordinary turn, Henry remained wary. The £1,000,000 note felt more like a burden than a blessing, for he could neither spend it nor explain how he came to possess it. Still, he marveled at how easily society bent to the illusion of wealth. As he continued to navigate London's high society, he caught the attention of the newspapers. They dubbed him the vest pocket £1,000,000, and he became a sensation across the city. Amidst his newfound fame, Henry encountered Portia Langham, a young woman of striking beauty and wit. Their connection was instant, and Henry soon found himself falling in love with her. As they spent more time together, he confided in her about the strange circumstances that had brought him to London. Instead of being alarmed, Portia laughed heartily at the absurdity of his situation, her warmth and good humor only deepening his affection for her. As the days wore on, Henry's fame grew, but so did the sense of impending disaster. He knew that once the 30 days were up, he would have to face the brothers who had given him the note and return to his penniless state. During this time, he also met an old acquaintance, Lloyd Hastings, who was in desperate straits. Lloyd had come to London to sell an option on a mining venture, but had met with nothing but failure. Seeing his friend's plight, Henry came up with a bold idea. He would use his newfound status and name to secure investors for Lloyd's venture. Within days, Henry's reputation worked wonders, and Lloyd sold the mining rights for a fortune. As the end of the 30 days approached, Henry's mind turned increasingly toward his future with Portia. He knew he had to confront the brothers, but he feared losing the life he had built. Finally, the day arrived. Accompanied by Portia, Henry returned to the brothers' grand house, nervous but determined. The brothers greeted him with excitement, eager to settle their bet. Abel had wagered that Henry would survive the month with the note, while Gordon had believed he would end up in jail or worse. When Henry returned the £1,000,000 note, Abel gleefully declared victory. But Henry wasn't finished. With a flourish, he presented a certificate of deposit for £200,000, earned through his association with the note and his clever dealings with investors. The brothers were astounded. Portia, too, was stunned by the revelation. She had known Henry to be penniless and had never suspected the fortune he had earned. Though she scolded him for deceiving her, the love between them remained steadfast. Just as Henry thought the adventure had come to an end, he received one final surprise. As Portia kissed one of the brothers, Henry discovered that he had unknowingly been courting her stepfather. With the £1,000,000 note returned, the brothers offered Henry a position in their business. But Henry had a better idea. Turning to Portia, he asked for the only position he truly wanted: son-in-law. The brothers laughed, and with a handshake, the deal was done. Henry's extraordinary journey, which began with a single banknote, ended with wealth, love, and the promise of a happy future. That's it for now, but don't stop here. Mark Twain has more stories waiting for you. Check them out in the description or on Celsius 233. Remember, while our summaries capture the essence, they can never replace the full experience of reading the book. If this summary intrigued you, consider diving into the complete story, buy the book, and immerse yourself in Mark Twain's original work. Bye-bye, take care, have fun.